And welcome back to my channel. So I have something to say with you. In our world, do you know something that very important but also really big to us? Like some of you cannot have it in our life. Like when it doesn't have that thing in our life, you just became really sad or something. And it's also something very big that you use to watch your videos or maybe do anything online, and that you must think about the internet. So yes, the internet is really big and we use everything based on the internet. Some of people became zillionaires to be thanks to the internet. But have you ever think that who invented the internet? Well, today I'm going to answer that question in this video. So as you can see here, I'm gonna talk about who invented the internet. Well, as you know, the internet is a bunch of computer networks connected to each other. And also there is the World Wide Web. I'm gonna talk about the World Wide Web later on to the video. So in 1962, a psychologist and computer scientist, which is J.C.R. Licklider, envisioned an intergalactic computer network allowing everyone to access data and programs. Like, he has a really big mind though. He even thought about online banking, cloud computing, and e-commerce. And all of these is features in the internet we cannot miss out. And do you know the first network, the ARPANET? As you can see, this is a Lego of the ARPANET, and it's a little similar to the internet. It was invented in 1960s. The experiment wasn't about communication, but it was about time sharing, meaning that they share what they called information or anything. And that because there was no network. At that time, there was no network. It's just a big machine sat in a room and progressed computer tasks that called mainframes. And this is a picture of that in that time. It's really clear though. Oh, in British, there is an experiment and it's a National Physics Laboratory. So this laboratory, and do you know this laboratory is actually an experiment? It has some experiment of the first internet in there. But it, actually it didn't really go off ground because they don't have any funding. But there is a fact about it but they did come up with the idea of packet switching. And the packet switching is by cutting the data and message at one end and putting it together at another end. It's kind of like you send a message. It's like break down into smaller pieces, and it goes into many different places, but at the destination where you send that message will go together and and form the exactly message that you want to send. So this is a packet switching. And this is also the French network is the Cyclades. Well, in French there's also a word in the internet, what they call the internet. I don't know what they actually call it, but it is really okay. I don't really need to say that if you don't really want to. It's weird though. So in the early 1970s, these mega ARPANET, it has a lot, and each of them has in each language which they cannot communicate to each other. So that is where the TCP/IP protocols form the basic of the communication language in the internet. Yes, and the TCP and IP protocols is literally the first language ever to make the communication of the internet form, which is really, really amazing. That's just a fact that I think that all of you might want to know. So this is basically the TCP/IP is basically like what they call it label the packet and the data from one end to another. But this time, some of the data go from another route. So not all of them go from one route, but the TCP/IP make that data arrive at the destination and reassemble them, which is really amazing, although it's kind of like a tangly wire in the head, to be honest. Okay, let's continue. So, this is the first email. The first email was sent in 1971 by Ray Tomlinson, the man who's known as the inventor of email. And so you can see this is a picture of his email. And that time the email was is a whole picture of words and data, and it's just really ugly to look at, to be honest. And he also used the @ sign to address a specific user or maybe the user device. This is Tim Berners-Lee, and it's also his whole name is Timmy Berners-Lee. He is the famous inventor of the World Wide Web. You can see here, he look a bit younger, and this is the World Wide Web. Yes, you can see. And the World Wide Web is now today most famous web of all, to connect people so people can communicate to each other. Yeah, a lot of things. Also, there are a lot of video that addresses the World Wide Web. It's really amazing. Yeah. Oh yeah, and so that is basically everything in the internet. So now you could know that the internet is full of surprises. It's a lot of things, and the specific question is who invented the internet. Well, to be honest, that who invented the internet, I don't really know now. It's like sorry about that. I don't really know who exactly. It's not a specific person though. We don't really know who, but we do know is that the internet is something that scientists use to make a project, but didn't know that it would be so big for now. So yes, and the internet is also come from a lot of people working, a lot of mind that are working in the internet, and now we have social media, apps, and everything that we needed right in our hand. We just need to click a button and we can do anything in the internet. While some people have to have their mind open, they have to work their butt off so they could create the internet. Okay, as to before, the scientists, discovered experiment internet, but didn't know that was big. I said before, but do you know why they did it? Well, the reason is pretty simple though. Back then, people usually sent letters or maybe use pigeons to send letters to each other, and the way that we communicate is really inconvenient. And it's really low too. It takes days or even weeks for a letter to arrive. Pigeon is more fast, but it's still inconvenient. So that's why scientists invented the internet. Well, back then, internet is not really into communication, but thanks to the internet, we could make the apps. People make apps and web to communicate to each other. Well, for example, it's not really further. It's like, for example, back then in company, like you're working in a company and you want to tell your colleagues about something, and you want to tell him or her about something, but your colleague is another section of the company, so you have to let someone deliver your deliver your mail or letter to your colleague, and it's really inconvenient though. Yeah. And it takes really slow too. It takes time. Sometimes we need something really fast, but it takes so slow. Yeah. To be imagined, that is really, I can imagine my life without internet or maybe texting or something. But now, thanks to the internet, we have apps and everything. We could text with just one little tap. We just text to each other, one little button, then everything's complete. We just send, and like from here to half of the globe, to half of the globe, we can still text to each other. So that is a comparison between now and the past. So thanks to the internet, is make our life more convenient, more fast, and also a lot of amazing things in life too. Not just communication, but also know the information about the world is going on. What's going on in the world, we could also know. So that is basically why the internet is really amazing, and they discovered invented. Sorry. And internet is a very important thing in our life, especially for everybody. Well, yes, internet is amazing and really have everything on it. I can't imagine internet have nothing. Like everything you think in your mind is literally in the internet. Sometimes, like really rarely, sometimes I have once. I don't know, remember I googled something, but I googled something that it didn't have any information in it, which is really weird. But like really, it's like everything in the internet, everything in our mind have in the internet, which is amazing. Also, internet is really important, especially for students like me. I study based on the internet a lot. Like I study everything, especially subject I don't go to school. I don't study at my teacher house. Like some of my friends study at the teacher house, but that is just only some subject. I study every subject based on the internet, and not just me, but also my friends and other students also study based on the internet, because internet has a lot of academic and educational website or video that you could study in it. And it's many things. Especially I watch YouTube a lot. I study a lot of my subject, or maybe even more facts or more interesting things in the internet, Yeah. So student now is really into internet, because why not? Internet have everything we need it. Have everything and educational things, have amazing things, fun things for students to study and, relax after a really long time of studying. Just saying though. So yes, you can see. Sorry, but you can see here is all the apps about texting, and this look like kind of Facebook, but yes, is everything you need to know in social media. Some of us really love social media somehow, and people really love that. So, and that is basically all of the video, and thank you all for watching. So now you know the question, who invented the internet. So I just answered that. The internet is not somebody, I just want to say again, the internet is just not someone invented. It's just a lot of people making it step by step more advanced, and making new apps that make the amazing internet, social media today. So yeah, so this is basically the end of our video, and I hope you guys have a really good day. If you understand this video, like it, make it like it. So have a good day and stay tuned for my other video. Bye bye.